Together, isn't it?
It is. It is. But do you know what? It's so worth it.
Yeah.
Isn't that right, Maci? Yeah? Are you excited? Yeah? We've got Mummy on the podcast today. Yeah, your mummy's on the podcast. And she's a great lady. Oh, I've dropped my mic.
Oh,
We're rolling, by the way. Sorry, I forgot to tell you.
God.
I've actually started. Yeah, so hold on. I'm just getting myself sorted. I've got another glove to put on because we don't want to upset the hand reveal mob who come after me every now and then when I accidentally let my hand come out.
They got a problem with it.
I don't know why they've got such a big problem with it. I get DMs, yeah, when I've like taken a glove off in public. Someone DMs me and they're like, "You're not staying true to the bit." I'm like,
God,
dude, sometimes I need to take the glove off, man.
It's a glove.
It's just a glove. Like, you're not going to know my identity because of the hand. I'm actually going to do all my prep before I come and sit down.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I had before half term. I had COVID, so I'm still a bit croaky.
Oh no!
But it was like 2 weeks.
How are you feeling now? You okay?
Loads better.
Great. Okay. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Luton's Deadpool podcast with me, Luton's Deadpool, and my lovely guest today, Kirsty Flynn. How are you doing, Kirsty?
I'm good, thank you.
It's nice to see you. Thank you for inviting me round and doing this. Oh, what's that? Whose is that?
It's not ringing.
It's not ringing. Is that your toy? Up there. I don't know what you're pointing at. I can't see very well as is, and I've hurt my neck. Oh, my neck's really sore. I can't actually move and bend or do anything. Yeah, it's been a rubbish day. But saying that, I did just do a cool thing just then.
I know. You're actually
your neighbour.
like a hero.
Actually done a superhero thing. Oh, can I see the No, it won't go in. I can't do it. I'm so sorry. Yeah, it fits you. There you go. You can have it. Oh, bless her. She's so sweet. But yeah, no, like I was driving down your road and then this beautiful, like Akita kind of looking dog just comes storming into the road. I nearly hit him. And no owner around anywhere. So I pulled in the side and then I got my stuff on properly. And I don't know why. My first instinct was to put the mask on. I don't actually know why I thought that. But, oh, look, you got more. You've got so many dummies. Can I have one? Oh, thank you so much. You're so kind. So, yeah, you got two there. That's so good. Oh, bless her. Yeah, so I then got out of the car and I like corralled the dog into like whoever's house it is. I assume it's the right person's house. Otherwise, now they've got a new dog and it's pretty big. Oh my God, you're just coming back with more. You're like a Houdini, but with dummies.
That's good. She finds them, I don't.
Yeah. Oh, do you know what? That was the biggest problem in my house with all my kids is that when a dummy goes missing, it's gone.
I know.
It's
but
just
then
gone.
They know where they are.
But yeah, they're so cheeky.
Yeah.
Do you know what? There was one day actually when my daughter we were supposed to go out somewhere, and she's sitting there in the corner. She's been giggling all morning. Right? No idea why. So then we're looking around for the keys to get out of the house, get in the car and that. Can't find the keys anywhere, and she's still there sitting in the corner giggling her arse off. Yeah. And I say to her, "Do you know where the keys are?" And she's like this. And she knew where the keys were, and she's hidden them somewhere in the house. She wouldn't tell us, so we didn't go out in the end.
Oh no!
Literally turned the house upside down. We found them in like a little plastic teapot.
Yeah.
So,
milk.
Oh, you've got milk. Is that actual milk?
Yep.
Oh, fair play. Fair play. Yeah, drink milk, kids. Milk's good for you. It helps you to grow. Yeah, you can play with Pepper if you want. She's not going to play with Pepper. She's going to come in and out, and she's more than welcome to. She's. Yeah, do you know what I mean? No idea that people like all around are going to see her. And my gosh, so they should. She's such a lovely little girl. You've got fantastic kids.
Oh, I've got 4.
You really do. Yeah. So you've got Harley, Cairo, Kobe, and Maci. Yeah. I got it all right first time. I know. I'm always getting wrong.
I did have one before Maci, but I had to give birth to a dead lady and have a funeral.
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that.
Yeah, that was hard. But then she was a surprise.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting.
What a great surprise she is. She's such a little bundle of joy, isn't she?
Full of it today.
Yeah. No, I can see that. Yeah, what you got? You got Pepper?
Do you know, she doesn't talk to anybody, but she loves you.
I know, it's so weird, isn't it? Oh, wow. Yeah, you're going to play? Yes, George. Yeah, I know George. Who else you got? Sorry, people, we're playing Peppa Pig at the moment. I'm terribly sorry. You got Susie Sheep. Yeah, I know. She's awesome as well. And Mummy Pig. Yeah, who's that? Where's Daddy Pig? Oh, do you know, my daughter's got that exact same toy. Well done, there he is. She's got the exact same toy. She's a psychopath, right?
Oh, God.
She bites the arms and ears off of them.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know why. All of her toys have no arms or ears.
Oh, well, some people like to do things like that.
No, she's a weirdo. She's a proper weirdo. Yeah, she is. Yeah, I won't go into it, but yeah, you got Pepper. You got Pepper. But yeah, anyway, let's talk about like why I've come around here, because this is probably a bit weird for people. I've just come to sit down and just chat and play with your kid. Like,
yeah, this is a bit random.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? Save a dog. Like, yeah, it's just a bit of a weird day. But no, there is a reason. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, Maci. I didn't mean to ignore you.
That's it. You're in trouble now.
What is that? Yeah, he's sitting on him. Oh, that looks incredibly painful for what's the giraffe's name?
I don't even know.
I've no idea. No, but yeah, I wanted to come around here because you are probably, I think that you're my first supporter.
Do you think?
I think you're my first supporter. Like, you know, obviously, forget when I done the visiting superiors, you knew about that. You was very aware about that. We came down this road. I was actually dressed as Wolverine.
I actually messaged Jack and asked him if he could come to this desk because my oldest boy with his special needs was superhero obsessed. Yeah. And he was so
That's Harley,
happy.
yeah?
Harley.
Oh, wow.
Wow, Mace.
Oh, that's so cool. It's Danny Dog. He's got his arms and his ears all intact. I've never seen it like that.
Listen, well, if I tell you what, if she wants any more with arms, she can come round and attack
No, I won't, because she will destroy your toys. No, but yeah, so Harley, obviously, yeah, he's got his own personal struggles and stuff, and he's a massive Marvel fan, isn't he?
Oh, massive.
Massive Marvel fan, and he's a big Deadpool fan as well.
Oh, he loves Deadpool.
I know, and I love it coming round here, just seeing the look on his face when he sees me come.
Yeah.
Because obviously, that's like, this is like, for me, the heart of why I do what I do, is because of people like you guys. Like, you've got great kids, and I want to make them think, you know, that there's some crazy stuff out there. Oh, what?
No, we're trying to show them that the world can be a better place by doing the things you do. Yeah,
and it's nice to see that it actually has an effect. And you know, I don't need to be involved in your life to make your kids great. Trust me, but because you're so great and you make your kids' lives amazing, and they're such nice people, and they're going to grow up to be incredible adults. They really will. This one's like, oi, oi, you look at this now. I know. What is it? It's a laptop. Well done. And an
don't
iPad.
Talk to anybody normally.
Yes. What's that? This is a tripod.
Don't touch it.
Yeah, if you touch it, it's going to fall over. That happened to me the other day when I was in town. Someone broke my phone. Yeah, I know, right? It wasn't anybody's fault. Just the kid, overexcited, and just backs up and knocks the tripod flying. And it's my fault. You know, I'm in the middle of town. What do you expect is going to happen? So, you know. Toys! Yeah, you got toys. What other toys have you got?
I'm just going to bring them all down now.
Yep, here we go. Keeps her busy for like 5 seconds and we can talk again.
Go and get a dolly.
Yeah, go get a dolly. Good girl. Yeah, so...
I've got 5 minutes.
Obviously, innit? Is that not just what being a parent is about? It's like, go and get this so I can do something.
Yeah, literally put Peppa Pig on the TV and she's...
Oh, do you know what I do? I get... so I've got something called go away sticks.
Oh, okay.
Right? And this is going to sound like neglect or something. It's not. It's just a genius idea that all parents need to employ. You just cut sticks of cheese, right?
Yeah.
Cut sticks of cheese, like about like a finger long, yeah? And then when you're doing your bits, if they come and annoy you, just give them one of them and they go away. I don't know why. It's like you just give them cheese and they go away.
Oh, I don't know. I've never tried it.
It works every time. Every single time.
I do it to the dog.
It works with small children as well. Once they get to a certain age, it starts to work out that this is all a trick. But for a little while, it works. And, you know, you can just give them a bit of cheese. They go away. They sit there. They eat the cheese. And once it's gone, they realise that they need you again. And then you just give them another one. And, you know, just keep...
I think if I did that to her, she'd be like, Why you give me cheese?
Oh, but then eventually, when she's had enough cheese, she's going to say, I'm not going back to her because she just keeps giving me cheese.
Yeah.
And then you've been left alone and you can do whatever you need to do.
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah, that is not a tip for parenting, by the way. It's just...
with the kids, the 2 dogs and the tortoise?
Oh my gosh. A tortoise as well?
Yeah.
How old's a tortoise?
She's 4. She's about that big.
4.
She's a miniature one.
Oh my God, you're going to have... That tortoise is going to outlive you.
I know. I've got kids to take her on.
Don't they live for like 100 years?
Yeah, 100
oh my
years.
God. I wanted a tortoise when I was a kid, and then my mum said to me, well, no, because at some point you're going to have to look after it, and you're not responsible to look after a tortoise.
Oh, bless her. She's so calming, though, to just watch her walk around.
Yeah.
Then when she gets under the sofa, you're like, oh, God, get under there, get her out.
I have to see her once we're done. Once we're done,
Agnes,
can I see her?
her name is.
Oh, that's so cute. So cute. Right, anyway, so...
Okay.
Yeah, just sidetracked constantly, right? No, but yeah, like, obviously we came down the road and... yeah, I was Wolverine back then. Like some people don't know, I wasn't always Deadpool. I was Wolverine sometimes, and it was only because of the problems I would have with the Deadpool suit that sometimes the suit would rip and tear, and then I'd be repairing the suit, and then I'd have to go out and run again. So I'd just be Wolverine for that time. Oh, you got the dollies. That's nice. What else? What else you got?
Barbie.
Yeah, you gonna go get Barbie?
Get the other Barbie upstairs. Get the Barbie upstairs. Get the
What?
Get the
Look, Kigo, you can have this if you want as well.
Mace, go get
You're
the
welcome.
Barbie.
Yeah, so we obviously we was doing all of that stuff, and then when that came to an end, it was quite upsetting. You know, I didn't really want it to stop because it was so much fun, but because of people like you, I carried on doing it. What's that? What's the
dolly?
Where is it?
Where is it? It's a box.
It's a box. Okay, hold on.
No.
Here we go. There's your dollies. I know you got lots of Barbies. Oh, she's the sweetest thing ever. Wow, what is that? That's a swing.
It's
it's like a gymnast Barbie.
Yeah.
Oh, that's very interesting. There's a lot of Barbies, isn't there? There's a lot of different Barbies.
Loads.
Like, what is that about?
Singing.
Yeah, that's a very naked Barbie.
Don't make her sing.
Well, there we go. We've got a singing Barbie. No, don't worry about it. Honestly, I love this. I love
she's like people, fully into it.
You know,
people just done one with her.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? Maybe that's what I'll do next time. I'll do like a toddler kind of podcast where I'll sit down with a toddler in a very serious situation, and I'll just throw questions at them.
Yeah, you will be surprised by some of the answers you receive.
Oh my God, that'd be brilliant.
Yeah, that one has a baby in it.
Oh wow, that's a baby Barbie. That's interesting. It's got a giant hole in the stomach.
Yeah, it's got.
It looks like it's been in the film Alien.
Look, there's a fake stomach.
Oh my God, that's horrific. Yeah, I can see it. Can I see it? Can I see it?
Somewhere.
Look, this is the fake stomach, and look, this is the Barbie. Look at this. That is just the weirdest thing. Look, put this all together. That is not what a pregnant lady looks like. Oh my gosh! And I can't do it. Look, there we go.
I think I'm just gonna put it back in the box.
Let's put it back in the box. I know that's a fairy one. This is now Barbie hour with Maci and Deadpool and Kit and
She's
Kirsty.
running your podcast.
She is. I know that's a tummy. Have you got a tummy? Yeah, I've got a really big one. What is that? That's a dress. Yeah, can you put it on? Yeah, so obviously my first visit to somebody's house was here in this house for well, I didn't come in, did I? I think that was during COVID.
No, it was COVID, so everyone had to
so we met outside, didn't we?
Yeah.
And that was really special because that was the first Luton's Deadpool thing ever. Yeah, because obviously the superheroes was its own thing, but then the Luton's Deadpool thing was created in the December 2021.
We had Santa Paul visit.
You had Santa Paul, yeah. That was it. Yeah. I think I started off when I first started off. I think I called myself Dad Paul, and I was like, that just sounds so sad. Oh, it's a little phone. Oh wow, that's adorable. Look how tiny it is. Yeah, you got a little brush. Do you brush your hair with it, or do you brush Barbie's hair? A shoe. Oh no, it's so silly. It's so silly.
Yeah, mate.
Yeah,
Go and play with the iPad, Baba.
yeah, so I keep losing my train of thought because it's her adorableness. It's her
She will
adorableness.
be fully
She's going to be a star. Look at her. She's just amazing.
Full of it, isn't she?
Yeah, I know. It's a little doggy.
So you came as superhero Wolverine.
Oh yeah.
Then a Santa
Then
Paul.
a Santa Paul.
Yeah.
And you was there for all of that, and you really heavily supported because you guys are such a charitable family. You don't like to talk about it too much, so don't worry, I won't talk about it too much. But you give a lot, and in not just is in with money, but you do nice things for people as well.
Yeah.
And you know why? This is why I wanted to come around, because I wanted to highlight that to people, because a lot of people just assume that people that are from Luton are just bad. Right?
Yeah.
It's not true, because you exist and your children exist. Look, who's that? Who's that?
Daddy.
That's your daddy?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, Daddy. How you doing, man? You all right?
Yeah, you're right.
Good stuff, bro. Good stuff. Yeah. So we blah blah blah. Oh my gosh, it's gone again.
Yep. You were saying about how charitable and
yeah. So you guys, and we don't really have a lot of that in what people think of us. People think that we don't do anything like that, and there's a lot of people like you who do stuff like that. So what makes you decide to be charitable? I mean, have you always been like this? Like, what was you like when you was a kid?
See, I had a really good mum that basically was like my mum and my dad put together. My dad wasn't that nice, really, but I realised like how hard it was for our life to struggle, because me and my brother have both got disability, and so has my mum. And I remember there was like loads of companies involved that used to like give my brother trips. Like they offered him tickets to Disneyland, and he gave them back and just asked to go around Vauxhall instead.
Oh, that's so sweet.
And it wasn't about the things we wasn't asking for anything. People was just giving, but we didn't need everything they was giving. But it was a way of them trying to help out and reach out to people, and it was putting smiles on my like people like my little brother's face.
Yeah.
And it just makes you realise there's more to life than just taking.
Yeah.
Like giving gives like you such a reward for giving to people when you don't even really think of it that way.
Yeah.
It's only when you do it then you realise.
Yeah.
But like my kids, they go out their way. So each month we go out, when we go out on our big shop, they'll pick 1 or 2 gifts and put it in the shopping trolley. And when we come home, we'll put it in the loft. And then when it comes to near Christmas time, they gang it all up together, like big black bags. And they'll go and take it to the homeless children or to chums, to the children dealing with bereavement, like just to give other children smiles on their faces, just to try and make a difference.
Yeah, that's lovely. And, you know, that's one of the things that I wanted people to see on this, is that, you know, it's such a simple act that you do, but what a meaningful thing that is to someone when you give that. You know what I mean? It's
just
beautiful.
Think of like a child opening something when their parents haven't got anything.
Exactly.
Like,
oh, you got your shoes on. Are you going out? No.
Going to the park.
Going to the park. Oh.
But it's just, mate, if you can do that for one child, it would just make such a big difference.
Yeah, no, definitely. And I really appreciate that you do that.
It's not even just that, like, there's like times when you realise there's people out there struggling, like each month I give to Women's Aid, like I give them clothes, toys, like household items, because there's people out there in like situations that they don't like talking about, they don't like saying about their problems, they like to try and keep it quiet. But then there's people like me that try and realise there is people out there that need help. Yeah. And it just, even the smallest little bit of help makes their lives a bit easier. Yeah, well, the amount of different charities that you give to is truly commendable, and I really, from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much for all the stuff that you do. And, you know, you do it in a way that's, you're not doing it for attention. No. Oh, look at you. Not like this one. No, she's funny. Not like this one. Look at me, look at me. Okay. Right, I'll see you later. Bye. Bye. Have a nice time. Oh, she's the best, man. She's the best. Cheeky. She's such a, she's really cheeky, but she's just so full of energy, and like that's exactly what you want in a kid. And you know, the one thing I say to any parent that's got a kid with a lot of energy,
try not to get annoyed by them.
No,
yeah,
they're
because
like,
they can be annoying,
Yeah.
right? Like, you know,
you're a little.
I need to cut that. Oh my god, I've just. Right, don't worry, I'll do a beep. I'll do a beep over her name. Well, now you know her name.
Wow.
Do you know what it is? It's because I was talking about her just before I came to your house, and I've just had her on my mind. But
And then you were talking about body parts getting bitten off.
yeah,
So.
and I was talking about that with her. So, yeah, my little daughter, she's just a absolute mad kid, like crazy, crazy kid, and sometimes it can be a bit much. You know what I mean? And it's not bad to admit that. I think because you know it's when you're around anybody, whether it's your child or a friend or a colleague or whatever, and you're around them for a long period of time, you can grate each other sometimes, right? And when you've got a little kid who can be like super full of energy, and sometimes you just want 5 minutes of silence, and you're not going to get it with that kid because they're just a bundle of energy, right? It's not going to happen.
No.
You got to just remember, like, you know, this is just the thing that I have to do to enable this energy, because that energy is going to turn into something really powerful and positive one day. And the more that I think you engage with it, the better that child becomes. You know what I mean? I can definitely speak of experience of seeing that in other like kids that I've grown up with, where their parents really like enabled all of that like mad desire that they had, and these people are like so successful now, and they credit it to being like such a free spirit as a kid. So yeah, I always think that's really important, and yeah, definitely you gotta like channel that somehow into some greatness, because she's such a cool kid.
It's just I do this thing where each day we come home from school, I spend 15 minutes specific time with each child, so they get to talk to me and tell me what they need to tell me. Sorry, the dog's going mad.
Yeah,
like literally, they get their chance to say what they need to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, they literally can express themselves. They're not forced to say anything. They get to just do what they want to do.
Yeah, no, that's good. That's really good. But yeah, obviously, like I say, you've been doing this sort of stuff for a long time, and like so silently as well. But why do you see that as being important? Because it is important to you that you don't boast about it, right?
Yeah,
So,
it's because like when my brother was younger, we used to go to Keep Cottage, and like he would stay there and stuff. And then just by putting like the money in the pots, you can see how much that goes out to help things, like things they need, like things that they could like possibly expand on, like their sensory items and stuff like that. But it's all needed.
yeah, it is, because if anybody stops doing the donations at any point, you know, the help doesn't get there.
Do you want to pause it?
No, it's cool. What, do you want to go sort the dog out? Yeah, you go sort the dog out. You go sort the dog out. All right, cool. All right, here we go. Now, it should be silent.
Maybe.
Can you hear that? Can you hear that? House without children or dogs?
Oh, there's one.
I dream of a day. There's still one dog. It's never a completely silent house, truly, is it? No, I know, right?
But when it's too silent, it's weird.
Yeah. But yeah, you were saying about for you and your brother and trips to Keach and how much of a difference you saw the actual donations making. And I think that, yeah, that's definitely a part of why you're such a giving person, is physically seeing that. So I think it's quite important that people should go to places like Keach and do a little visit and see what they're about and see what they do, because you know they're a really great charity. Like I had my idea of who they were, and then I went there and visited them.
And it's different.
Oh my God, I was so. Do you know what? I was so sad. Yeah, but it empowered me more to want to do more good.
I find when you walk in Keach Cottage, the same as when you walk into my boys' special needs schools, it's like you're walking into somewhere that's got like magic fairy dust.
Yeah.
Like they can put a smile on any of them kids' faces, no matter what that child's going through at home, behind the scenes, how that child's really being treated. Because just put it on like bluntly, some children that have got problems just tend to be ignored.
Yeah.
And the other ones tend to get the light shone on them. But I don't see it like that. I think every child should be treated the same.
Yeah, definitely.
Like I call my Harley special. I always say he's got a special brain.
Yeah.
Some people might think, oh, she's calling her child special, but I don't want him to think that he's different in a way that he could be bullied by.
It's like a negative, yeah.
Like in a negative way. So I'm just like, you're just super special. Like,
yeah.
Because
like he's got a superpower.
It's like he's got a superpower because it
Yeah.
makes him happy. It doesn't make him feel like, oh, there's something wrong with me.
Yeah.
It makes him feel like he's empowered to try and move forward a bit further than being held back because there's something wrong.
Yeah, well, I can certainly say from meeting Harley, he's a brilliant young man and he's going to become such a great adult. And it's all because of the stuff that you're doing with him. And whatever barriers that he may have put up before him, I think he's going to knock them down as life goes on. He's got a big future ahead of him. And it's honestly a credit to you because you're such an amazing mum. I really like to highlight this. When I talk to people, I honestly, I give you as an example a lot of the time of how to ideally do it. You know, obviously I talk about my wife as well. My wife is a great mum. She's an awesome person. But if I talk about my wife, I sound biased.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? Because
like
she's mine anyways, yeah. But with you, you know, we're good friends. And I like to tell people about like the stuff that you do because people don't realise that it isn't like it's easy to do it. You have to think a lot about the actions that you're going to take and who you're going to help and how you're going to factor it into a budget for the month and all of that sort of stuff. But no matter what, you're always helping. And I just want more people to be like you. I really do.
The thing is, if like you go out shopping, there's no harm in spending £5 extra just to put something in your trolley. Like, it's going to help somebody that needs it.
Yeah.
And that's the way I've tried to teach my children. Like, it's not about taking, it's about giving. And they love giving. Like, my kids taking like sweets to school and chocolates. Harley takes Easter eggs and presents all the time and random weird and wonderful things. But it's just anything just to make them happy. Yeah. Obviously, with the money situation with everybody at the minute, money's like kind of tight, but it's not about that at the end of the day with me. I just like making everyone happy. Yeah, and you say as well, obviously, you get a lot of this from your mum. Right? Yeah, my mum's brilliant. Yeah, let's talk about your mum. So, who's your mum? My mum's called Joy. Joy. And I bet she's a joy. Literally as well. A joy. So on a serious note, she's a joy. But she's got her own problems, but she doesn't let that hold her back. She's done so much like good work for the community and stuff. She was one of the directors at Luton Law Centre for like 20 odd years. Oh wow. She worked at Citizens Advice Bureau. She was a manager at Shelter. She helps so many people like with benefit problems, and she does welfare benefit rights laws and things like that. So she can literally help anybody. That's amazing. And there's so many things out there that are hidden that you don't even know you're entitled to. Yeah. That could really help people out, and just no one seems to ever ask for the help because they feel embarrassed, but they shouldn't feel embarrassed. They should just reach out because it's there for them. Yeah, no, I totally agree. You know, there's times in my life where I've needed help. There's, you know, I get certain help now for things. Obviously, I don't want to talk about my own personal situation too much because the anonymity stuff, I would love to. I genuinely would love to because it is a stigma that people have where, you know, just because you may have something that holds you back and it means that you can't maybe perform in a normal way as other people do. Not to say normal, that's a really bad way of saying it, but you know, things are harder. People. Yeah. Like, it's like some people, able-bodied people can go out and do so much, but then she's doing probably even more than that just by sitting, doing paperwork, because not only is she doing it to keep her mind active and keep herself busy, but she's doing it to help others. Yeah, I know. That's beautiful. That, you know, because ultimately the government takes a hell of a lot from people, and you know, it's taken its fair share from me over the years as anybody else. And if there's ever a time when you need the help back, I think that it shouldn't be frowned upon by people. You know, it doesn't matter if you're doing it for a short term or a long term or whatever. If you need help, you need help, and if that means that then you can function in a better way and then you can give more to society, I think it's a good thing. Yeah, definitely. I mean, I don't like when you have people who don't do anything good for anybody. No, but then they're there taking. Yeah, you know, if you can't physically go to work, right, and you
you have something that holds you back from that. There's nothing wrong with going to the government for assistance and help.
No.
You should, because you need to survive. You need
that support.
Yeah, if you're worrying about how you're getting food, how you're getting your heating on, how you're getting your electric on, how you're paying your rent, if you've got all them worries, then you're not going to function in any other aspect of your life. All of them things are going to hold you back.
Yeah.
And if you can clear that, then maybe you can do something about the thing that holds you back from going to work or whatever, and then maybe that can create a new part of your life that then that's your way of where you earn money and whatever else. And you know, I think that I talk to a lot of people who struggle, and it's the one thing that I can never get anybody to come like talk to me about on camera, right?
Yeah.
Because it's funny, you know, everybody's so open about everything. When it comes to finances, we're very closed off.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, we're worried about what people are going to think. You know what I mean?
There's so many things out there, like there's like the household support fund at the minute, like the council.
Yeah, the discretionary fund.
Yeah,
isn't
you
it?
can get you do it online, and it tells you how much they're giving you. They'll text you food vouchers, and they give you money for your gas and electric. But you obviously got to fit into a criteria to get that.
Course.
But there's no harm in doing that. No one's going to know you've asked for that.
Yeah, exactly.
Like no one needs to know. If you need the help, you can do it behind the scenes. You don't have to express to everybody, "Oh, I need this."
But isn't this the problem though? That like, because you have to physically go and find the information.
Yeah.
It's not just out there. It's not like the council send you a letter every year and say these are the things you can apply for.
No, it's like all secretive. So unless someone says something to you, you don't know it's there.
Yeah, I wonder what that's about. I wonder if that's because they don't want you to know, or if it's just a factor of like, you know, the you're supposed to do the finding. I don't know if it's like being hidden or if it's like we're supposed to. I don't think it's being hidden so much.
I don't think it's being hidden. I think people are seeing it and not looking into it because they're thinking, "Oh God, I'm not going to ask."
Well, maybe it's also because the people that use it then don't go and tell other people because they're ashamed to say about it, and that's how the information gets out that way, right? Because people tell their experiences.
We can get this, or do you need hand? Like they got this. Then people are too ashamed, like, to say anything that's wrong. They're like, "Oh no, I don't need that."
Yeah, well, I'm hoping, you know, I'm in university at the moment, right? I'm doing economics degree, and at the end of it, I want to set up a financial advice service in Luton where it's like it's free to use, and I help you with set budgets up and stuff, and I can help you in terms of like planning where to save money and if you want to invest in things, but then also what benefits you can get and what things you can claim back. Like if you pay certain tax for certain things, like can I help you to get some of that back maybe? And that's like kind of my plan, because this is a massive gap. And I'm hoping that somebody beats me to it so I don't have to do it, because I've got a lot on. So if anybody's out there and you've got a lot of money and you want to set up a charity, that's a great one, because people really need that one.
Yeah, it's just making it approachable for people that are obviously embarrassed to ask for anything.
Yeah.
They've got to feel comfortable enough.
Well, I think you've got to make them feel empowered by it. It's not just a place where you go because you're struggling. It's a place where you go because you want to succeed.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with if you take X amount of years in your life and you're struggling and you need help, right? It's okay for that to happen if one day you finally find yourself, right? And then you're able to then give back to society, because that's what I kind of see the point of being here as being the point of, right? Is that you should leave the world a better place than when you found it, or at least try, at least like make your circle a bit better. Like
I was literally thinking of this morning. I was thinking, the way I am with my, because I was proper worried about this podcast. I was like, oh my God, what am I going to say? But literally, like, the way I bring up my children by giving and being friendly to everybody, like kind and caring, and just like want to do everything to make everyone else like happier, is how I want them to be if they have children. Because then that's just like, obviously I've got 4 of them, but it makes, like, I know that when I go, I'm leaving 4 people behind that can try and make a difference.
Yeah, that's brilliant.
Because then they can pass that on, and then it can be passed on, and maybe more people should be like that. Yeah,
they should be. They should be, because isn't that the whole point of the civilization that we live in, right? That like we are standing on the shoulders of the giants before us, right? So the only reason why we're living in a house is because someone figured it out how to build a house, and then they passed that information down, and it's gotten better and better and better over the years. And if you don't take a part in that journey, the world doesn't get better for our children.
No.
And that's what we should all be striving for. I think sometimes people only think about themselves in this world, and they just try to maximize the fun aspect of it, which you know, it's fine. You want to chase fun, but it's going to be a day when you grow old and you're going to look back on what you've done. You're going to see that you helped nobody.
Oh God, I've done nothing.
Yeah.
I didn't make a difference.
Exactly. That's exactly what it is.
Try to make a difference.
Yeah. Because it's not like, you know, at some point we're all just going to be forgotten in history, right? We'll just be a part of history that, you know, there's people that lived 100 years ago. None of us know their names. Do you know what I mean? We don't know who lived on this road, for instance, 100 years ago. And that's going to happen to every single one of us. What we can do is, for the time that we're here, we make sure that we look after our family and our friends, and we try to do good.
An imprint in them that makes your legacy last.
Yeah, exactly.
Because they're getting that all from you.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
They learn from what they see.
Yeah, and honestly, like you guys, you without people like you, I wouldn't be doing this. I swear, without the evidence that I had, because when I first started doing everything, I was, you know, I was shaking my bucket and stuff, and I was talking to people, and it was the whole reason why I decided to keep doing it was because I saw that there's so much more to Luton, and not just to Luton, but to the world. You know, Luton's just one place, and if I'm finding all these brilliant people here, it makes us special. I know we're special, but if it's happening here, I know there's more of that out there. And the way that the media try to portray to us all about what the state of the world is that like none of us exist. Like, you don't exist, or I don't exist, or any of the people that work for charities in this town, or do you know what? There was so the other day I was collecting for Noah, right? And 3 homeless people between them put £20 into my bucket.
And they didn't even need to do that. They're just trying to help others.
They didn't. Yeah, they need that money, right?
Yeah.
Beforehand, when they was walking up and down, because they walked up and down a couple of times past me, and I could see they were thinking about coming over and saying something, but I never like press people. I say hi to people, but I don't actually ask anybody for anything. So I said hello to them a couple of times, and then then eventually they came. One of them dumped a load of coins in, and said that's probably about £2 or £3, and then the other one put £10 note in. And then the other one put another £10 note in. So it was like, you know, it's just around or over 20, well, it was over 20 quid that they put in between them. And like, I can't tell you, when I see stuff like that, it reevaluates my whole life. I'm like, I don't know how to deal with that, because I've been getting told for my whole life that homeless people take drugs, hurt themselves, and hurt other people.
But there's actual genuine homeless people out there that are, it's not what everyone looks like on the outside. Then people are probably like that because of their addictions, and overcoming them is very, very hard to do. Yeah, well, you know, we know plenty of people, because where we've grown up, who've had them sort of problems, right? And it's not something to be frowned at. No. Because just because someone is struggling with that, it doesn't define who they are. No. Not at all. If anything, it actually shows that they're going through probably one of the hardest moments in their lives. Yeah, and I know there's quite a lot of them out there that do all these things, but if you got to know them as people and didn't just judge people by by the outside, you'd realise how helpful and stuff they can be. Yeah, they do these things to feed their habits, but at the end of the day, that's them feeding their habit, but they are actually people. Yeah. And they have feelings. They do things off the back of their own, off their own back, like they can give. Some of them are good, some of them aren't so good, but I think it all depends on the way they've been brought up, their like how much responsibilities they've really got, like if they've got a family or if anyone bothers with them. Yeah, I think it all adds up. Yeah. I mean, I was talking to, I don't know if you saw, I had Festus on my podcast yesterday, the Chief Commissioner of Bedfordshire Police. They're trying to get in. Sorry. Let them in. No problem. I'll just keep everybody entertained for the moment with a little monologue that I haven't prepared anything, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I don't know what to say. I haven't got anything to entertain you with either currently. Oh, Kirsty,
It
I
was a
don't
parcel.
have to. Yeah, I don't have to entertain anybody
Too much
now.
internet shopping.
No, but so I was with Festus, the Chief Commissioner of Bedfordshire Police.
Yeah, I see that yesterday.
Crazy, firstly. Oh my God, when I walked into the office, I literally said to him, I feel like I'm going to faint or something, because if like young me was in this room right now and saw me as a superhero talking to the Commissioner of the Police, he would just explode. He would just literally explode in fire and just be running around the room like as quick as a flash. Just could not believe what was going on. It was mental. And thank you very much, Festus, for having me. You're a great guy. But yeah, we was talking about like crime and stuff and like the causes of crime. And my belief is that mental health is the prime cause of most of the problems in this world, right? So like, for instance, like drugs. People that are like taking the really hard stuff, you know, people that are smoking weed and stuff like that, it's a bit harder to kind of pass out the reasons why people were doing that sort of stuff. Because people drink beer and I don't see there being too much of a big difference between the two. If you have excess of both, it can be really bad. And at the same time, if you have a little bit of both, it can be not so bad. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Still isn't something that I'm going to stand here and say, you should be out there drinking or you should be out there smoking weed. But, you know, I'm not saying that they're worse than some of the other things that are out there, right?
Yeah.
Just to be clear, because I don't want people to be like having a go at me or anything. But yeah, like when people are taking the harder drugs, I always think it's like a lack of love in their life, right? Like you're replacing someone that's supposed to love you with the drug because of how good it makes you feel.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because that's what it ultimately is. People don't understand that about drugs because it's not talked about. But when you take certain drugs, it makes you feel great. Yeah. And I'm not promoting drugs because there's a negative side effect to the feeling great. No matter what, in all aspects of life, life is like a seesaw in most things. Whatever high you get, there's always going to be a low. And the higher the high, the lower the low. Yeah. So, but then these people, the pain that they're in, the low isn't that bad. Not compared to the pain they feel.
They're low, they're making everyone around them low.
Yeah.
And then them people that are on the outside trying to help them just feel like they're being ignored, like they're not good enough. Then that affects their mental health. And then you're there thinking, why wasn't I good enough? Like, why didn't they do this? Like, why are they turning their back on their family? It's just their need for addiction is so bad. They're not thinking of anything else apart from their next fix.
I love that you've got a good understanding of addiction. I've done a lot of research myself into it.
I know some of my children's dads have been like that.
Yeah.
It's not something I go around shouting my mouth off about because it's not something to be proud of.
Yeah.
But it's not that side that I saw of them. Like I saw their personalities and the way they are as a person, and that obviously come afterwards after that point, because there was parts where they have been clean, there's parts when they've been bad, but it's the society as well. Like when you're in that kind of group, like your friends aren't really your friends, they're your like apprentice, like I don't really know.
It's like a support system or something.
Like,
I don't know what it is.
You all do the same thing, but you're all in the same circle. So even if you go off and get clean, as soon as you're with one person in that circle, it brings your temptations back. You're back in your vicious circle. As soon as you do one thing, that's it. You're back in the route. So it's just like a downhill spiral.
It's really hard, isn't it? Because like you say, if you've got like 2 or 3 friends that you used to do it with, and you haven't seen them for years even, and then you back around them, my God, the temptation is there.
And it's not even that, it could be family members.
Yeah. Like, and this is the thing, what people don't understand about addiction is what it does in your brain. Yeah. It's like, it's not something that's easily controllable. You know, it's funny, but like, you know, in a way, it's kind of like with Pringles, right? On a low level, on a really low level. You try and have one Pringle. You try to have one Pringle. You can't have one Pringle. Nah. Once you tasted it, your brain starts going more, and you can't turn it off. It's not, and it actually changes how you feel about the Pringle, right? Yeah. It's not just a Pringle. We can sit and talk about Pringles right now because they're not here.
As well,
but if I popped one of them tops off and you had a little whiff of sour cream Pringle, telling me you're gone.
A cheese
You're
and
lost
onion
in
ones.
there.
I'm gone.
Yeah, exactly. Me too. We was talking about it last. I was on a chat with my friends, and we were chatting on. We were playing PlayStation, and one of the boys pops open a pot of Pringles, and he took a crunch. He was like, "What flavour's that?" And I said straight away, I was like, "Sour cream all day." Yeah. The other boys got it wrong. I got it right. It was sour cream. Right. I just knew it. I don't know why. I just knew it. And as soon as I heard him, he's crunching. Yeah.
Like,
And then I can
Pringles.
smell it now. And it's like, oh my God, I want Pringles so bad. I'll rip a man's head off for a pack of Pringles. Do you know what I mean?
Literally. Like my Harley, he'll grab the pot of Pringles and he'll just go and go and go. And he'll eat like 3/4 of a pot. And then he'll look like, oh, I might leave them for someone else. And he'll put them to the side, but he'll hide the lid.
Yeah.
So they'll be like, oh, there's no lid, so I'm going to have to eat the rest of it. Okay, Harley.
What a legend. What
Yeah,
a
like,
legend. No, but then bringing it back round though, yeah, like that is like the most lowest level form of like where you can see addiction working in a safe way, yeah, where it's not like something that, you know, it's not like putting a giant amount of cocaine in front of a cokehead. Yeah, like that's a different situation in itself. Like what people will be prepared to do for that in that situation.
Addicted to shopping, but that's not an
it's
addiction.
Not the same.
That's not going to harm everybody else.
Exactly.
And it's not bringing.
But it's the same mentality,
down.
isn't it? It's like, you know, when I talk to people who have got gambling problems, right? Like it's the same thing. It's like they just can't help themselves, and it's the thrill that they've experienced before, and that's reinforcing their brain to tell them to do it again.
Yeah.
And like, I don't think that anybody realizes that horrible aspect of addiction. You know, and unfortunately, it's another thing like with the finance stuff where because people stigmatize it so much, we're not getting over it. Like nobody's like, if you've gone through those problems, what do? You go and sit around other people who have been addicted, and what's your chances of really getting clean there?
Yeah.
You know, it takes the people that I've spoken to who had heroin addictions, for instance, which is probably the hardest one to get off of. What they tell me is like, you know, they have gone in and out and in and out and in and out, and it's just always been a thing. And when I'm talking to them, they're usually out of it. And then when I won't see them for a long period of time, it's because they're back in it. Yeah. And the ones that get completely away, they're such a rarity.
And then when they get in and out of prison all the time, they become institutionalized. So that's their routine. That's what they feel safe with. Like they go in there and then they get clean, then they come out and do it again.
Yeah.
Like that's their like.
That's a big problem, the prison system with drugs, like, because you go in and you get clean, but you go out, you've got nothing when you go out, and who are you going to go and see?
There's no homes, there's like
who are the friends that are going to take you in?
Exactly, the same friends that you went out when you left.
Exactly, because your family are probably going to turn their back on you by then. Your friends that don't do that stuff probably will have turned their back on you. And this is a part of society that we really need to change. Especially, I think it's more of a problem in the UK because we have this certain mentality of like just put our heads in the sand and ignore the problem. Yeah, that's a lot of people do that. I've experienced it throughout all of my life growing up. Like,
it just makes the problem worse. Yeah, it's not being addressed to change it in any way.
Yeah, and this is the thing: people that do that, they're blind to it because ultimately, by blocking that off, the problem no longer affects them. And it's kind of true; it doesn't, but it does make you sad that you've then cut this person off and out of your life. I don't know how they can like make that okay in their heads, and you know that must be a problem in itself. Like, you know, I know plenty of people who just completely get cut off from their families, and it hurts on both sides. Yeah, you know what I mean.
And it's not even that if they've got children, how are them children hurting? Yeah, what are they really thinking, and what are they really going through? Yeah, because some of them won't even know how to express their emotions to even explain of how they're feeling.
Yeah. And like, I mean, one of the things that I was looking at to do with addiction as well is something that people think that they're doing right, but is actually the worst thing in the world. Something that drives you back to addiction more is when you're shamed for it, you know. I've done a little bit of research. I can't specify what it is because I wasn't prepared for this.
But keeping you on your toes.
do you know what I mean? But yeah, I saw this whole thing about when you shame someone as being an addict, it means that the thing that they're feeling bad about, right, they then no longer feel like they can trust you to talk about, right? So say, for instance, like I had a friend who would tell his mum about his problems, right? But then over the years, she started to just get fed up that he kept going back to it again and again and again. And eventually she was like, nope, you know what? You're disgusting, and just read him the riot act and said so many horrible things to him. And all that done was mean that he couldn't talk to her anymore. And that means that he's lost the support system, because maybe he wasn't right to get well at that time, but in the future, having her in his life maybe would have helped, because she was so understanding up until that point. But yeah, he lost out on that. So because of that, who's he got as his support system? The people he does drugs with.
Yep.
Yeah, so who does he go to? The people he does drugs with.
And then she's made him feel low, so now he needs to go and get his high
Get
to
some
feel
picked up. Exactly. And that's the vicious cycle that people who shame people don't understand. If you're shaming them because you're like, I want to help, it's not helping.
No.
That doesn't help. All it does is cause harm. So yeah, anybody out there that's got somebody that's like has this problem in their life, stop shaming them. Like, that is not helping.
You need to, like, I've found in the past, like, saying something else, so you know they can't see it, but you can see their triggers of their anxiousness, the twitching, the waiting to try and make you feel bad, make you feel like you've done something wrong, so it gives them a reason and an excuse to go, when it's not you at all. It's them with their addiction. They need that to go off to. So I've tried in the past to try and give them something else to look to. Oh, we're going out for the day here, like, to try and keep their mind off of it, to see what life's really like, instead of having to go off doing what they feel comfortable doing.
Yeah, and it is hard, because obviously once that grip has got you, you can't enjoy anything.
No.
You know what I mean? I've seen it all the time, like, you know, and to be open, like, when I was a kid, I had a lot of problems myself, you know, when I was in my early teens and early 20s, between that sort of period of time, I had some trouble, and I can relate to that feeling of wanting.
See, I couldn't even, I've been there for them, I let them talk to me, I'll try and, I'll tell them about themselves, because I'm quite open-minded like that, but I feel like sometimes they need it, because I'm just like, what are you doing? Like, come on, man, sort it out. But they need someone that's going to tell them the truth. Yeah. But then they need someone there that's going to help them.
It's going to care for them.
And that's going to, like, try and change their lives. Yeah. But it's just getting through to them is so hard.
It is so hard.
Because unless they accept they've got a problem, they're not seeing they're doing anything wrong.
Yeah.
But I've never been in that situation. I've never done drugs.
Yeah.
I don't smoke. I drink, like, rarely, maybe once a year.
Yeah.
But, like, there's so much more to life than they're missing out on so much.
Yeah, I know. It's sad, because, like I say, I lived in a period of time in my life where I had them problems. It wasn't extreme, but I had problems. And, you know, it only took that I had one person in my life that just didn't give up on me.
Yeah.
And because of that, it made me see the worth of living outside of that bubble. And when I got out of it, my God, it just was like a breath of fresh air. And, like, my life has been so much better ever since. It's a long time ago now, but, you know, I can't really relate to, like, that whole want stage anymore. Like, when I was back there, I can remember the feeling of it, but I luckily I've been away for so long, and it wasn't so bad that I don't have that issue. But I've got plenty of friends that do, and, you know, I think it's important for people to speak about it. I'm speaking about it now. Maybe people are going to think a little bit less of me. I honestly don't care. It's something that needs to be heard.
Especially in Luton, there's so much of it.
There is, and that's part of the problem. And I think that, you know, going back to what I was saying about mental health, that's like the crux of the drug problem. And if we start to fix mental health in people, maybe that fixes the drug problem, and maybe that fixes the crime problem, because a lot of the time crime is linked to drugs, right? Whether it's people selling drugs or whether it's people committing crimes for drugs, that, you know, there's a lot of crime that's to do with drugs, and the drugs are to do with mental health. So if you just follow that back and then you treat the mental health first, maybe all these problems don't exist.
It's just with the struggles with doctors and things like that, people aren't getting the help they need, because it's so hard to even address mental health problems of what the person's got, what needs they need, like how it's affecting them, what it could really be, bipolar, schizophrenia. There's so many things out there that just need different parts of, like, them addressing. It's just getting the help in the first place to see what it is.
Yeah, so then this is the thing, then you trace it back to that, then that's the new problem, is like the doctors and nurses need to be there, and you're right, they just don't, they're
and then
not
you're
there
back in that circle again, like back to square
and this
one.
is the thing, unless someone does something about this, we are on a path that doesn't look really that good. I mean, the only good thing that if there is that there's places like Luton where there are so many giving people who are going to fight to help this, and that's why I'm optimistic, you know. Like,
there are some good people out there. It's just some people hide it. Some people are wham bam in your face. Look at me. I'll do everything to save the world. But then there's other ones that are quiet. But it's all helping.
But do you know what? Them people that are quiet like you, we need to start getting you out there a little bit more.
Yeah, I think they need to come out.
This is why, like, you know, you're on this show, because you're never going to go and tell everybody about what you do. Never in a million years. I love that about you.
I'll come. You can talk about what you do, and I was like, I don't tell anybody. I'm like the secret smile giver.
You're so sweet though. You just do so much, and like you're such a kind person. And more people need to be like you. The only way that we're going to get people to be like you is if we show them you.
Yeah.
And that's why we're
here I am.
Here she is. It's Kirsty Flynn. She's awesome. Seriously, like. Anybody out there, you should listen to what she has to say. I hope that we've got a lot of people that are listening to this podcast, because this has genuinely been one of my favourites that I've done so far. No, really.
But Maci's made you quite a little.
She's awesome. She's awesome. I know, man. Oh, she's such a cute kid. She gave me such a nice hug as well when I came in.
At least you recognised her this time. Remember when you were Portugal?
Oh my god, I thought she was a dog. When I thought your daughter was a dog. Oh my god.
See?
That is a real story. Shall we tell the story?
Go on then.
Tell the story. Okay, so it was during the Santa train, you know, Smiley Sam, over Christmas time. And I went up to, was it Lallyford?
Lallyford Road.
Yeah, so I went up to Lallyford Road, and I was standing there with the group, and then I hear someone saying my name, and I know that somebody's calling me. I turn around, and there's you and your kids, right? And I look down, I'm like, oh, they brought a little dog.
It was a bit dark.
Yeah, it was dark, and I can't see anything at night time. I'm blind as a bat at night. But yeah, I saw, like, I could just see, it looked like a little tiny, like, like, what are they called? Like the cockapoodle things. You know what I mean? It looked like one of them coming up, and I'm like, oh, you've got a nice little dog. Look at the little, and then I see it's just Maci's legs. And I'm like, oh my god, I can't believe I just said your daughter is a dog. But it was just her legs. Funny. Her legs. It was like she had little boots on. And
and she had like a little fluffy jumper on. I don't think.
Yeah, and I don't know what my brain done in that moment, but you know, you don't want to know the mistakes that I've made when I can't see what's going on. I called. Sorry, there was this woman in town.
You sure it was a dog you saved today?
In it.
Might not have been a dog.
It might not have been a dog. It might have just been a paper bag. Or someone's child. They've got a new child. I've just taken a child and I've put it in someone's house.
They've got a few cats.
Yeah.
And next door's got chickens.
Oh jeez. Oh jeez. No, but I've done it before. This is a bad one. Oh my god. And it made me rethink how I speak to people. So there was this woman who was walking past me, and I was like, I hope you're having a nice day, ma'am. I hope you have a great day. You look like a lovely lady with a beautiful smile. And then walks up to me and goes, I'm a man. I was like, oh. He was like, yeah, thanks for that, mate. And just walked off, and I was like, oh no. I was like, I'm so sorry. And they just kept walking. I proper hurt him. I proper upset him.
I was talking to the lady behind you.
Yeah, well, no, because I just can't lie. Do you know what I mean? Like when someone catches me out like that and I've made a mistake, I can't. My brain doesn't go to lying because I'm too stupid to lie.
That happened to me in London last weekend, not like 3 weekends ago. We went out for my friend's birthday. This man's obviously got his little bottle of beer in his pockets. Come up to me at the train station. Hello, lovely, shaking it at me. Took his glasses off, but there's one lens. I was like, mate, you've lost the lens. And he's like, I was like, why is it stuck on your face? And my friends were like, Kirsty. And I was like, what? And I was like, oh my god, it's an eye patch. I'm so sorry. I was like, oh my god. He was like, yeah. I was trying to move it. I was like,
oh my god. I
felt so bad. And
so you thought he lost the lens, but it was just because
I thought, why is he holding it like out on his face? like
Oh
because it
my
was
God.
black as well, like black shiny
Yeah,
one.
yeah,
So it like blended in with his glasses. So, but I suppose he done it like that for a reason.
yeah.
But he had to take it off. Some
Oh my
loudmouth like
God!
me. That's
Isn't
just
that
like,
the worst when you just make mistakes like that? And
yeah, but
and do you know what? It's just a mistake. It's not like you meant to
I was like, oh my
offend
God.
this person, yeah, right? And I don't mean to offend anyone either, but I put my foot in my mouth so many times that I should be shaped differently.
I said to him, why don't you put a sticker on it or something to like?
Yeah, do you know what I mean?
Because I think I need glasses.
No, do you know what I would do? If I had an eye patch, right, I'd make it skin coloured and I'd draw an eye on it and just to freak people out.
That would freak people out.
Because I love freaking people out. So
Get like little
oh, this is the worst one so far for me making mistakes.
and for a noisy house.
Oh, for
and
God's
I bet you
sake.
thought, it's going to be easy at this one.
No, it's been fun though. It has been really fun.
I'm a bit more comfortable now, but I was really paranoid.
I told you though. I told you you'd relax, and it just like it just flows, doesn't it?
See, I don't do TikTok. I don't do videos like that. When I was younger, you'd catch me swinging off the benches in town and everything like that. But since I've got older, I'm just a bit more conscious because where I try and keep it all secret because there's so many people out there with opinions and want to look down on everybody.
Yeah.
And then people that want to be spiteful. Oh, like just can't bother with it.
Yeah, no, I feel the same. I've got a lot of people out there that now like love what I'm doing and stuff. But there's a lot of people from my past that only knew one version of me, and that was from years ago. But like they still think I'm the same person.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And
people can
they don't allow for like the idea that someone can be different.
Yeah.
And like it's really frustrating.
Succeeding and they're still stuck in their rap.
Yeah.
Like, why are that person now better than me? Like,
yeah, I know. And the thing is like I don't look at anybody like that. I see everybody as being on their journey, right? We're on a journey in life, and I don't know where it's going to take me. You don't know where it's going to take you.
Right.
And at some point, our paths may converge and we may become the best of friends. Or they may go completely opposite ways and we don't like each other anymore.
Yeah.
But no matter what, I'm never going to like try and put you down because of the things that you were or what you might be. I'm just going to let you live, man. Do you know what I mean? Because that's all I want.
We're all there for a reason. We all live differently. But life's what you make it. Yeah,
exactly.
If you don't go out and try and get what you want, you ain't going to get anywhere.
Yeah, no, that's beautiful. I think we'll end it there. I think that's a good place to end it. You've been awesome. Thank you so much.
That's all right.
Come give me a hug, man. Oh, I love you so much, Kirsty. You're wicked.
Thank you.
All right, well, everybody, thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the mistakes. I hope you've enjoyed the noise. I hope you've enjoyed the Barbies. Where's the one with the stomach here?
She's got a pink dress on.
No, where is she? Here she is. I hope that you've enjoyed the freakiest Barbie that I've ever seen in my life. Literally, like, it looks like an alien has burst out of her stomach. Do you know what I mean? All right, anyways, it's been great having you, and it's been great you having me around here. Thank you.
Right, you're welcome.
All right, love you, Luton. Bye. Oh, well done.